afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, a host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to 1 vs 1. On crossroads between the south, we got Spanky, fighting here for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland, and the 111th Panzer Brigade, versus in the north, we got Munchkin, fighting here for King and Country and the 7th Armoured Division. We're looking here at Elite Armoured Special Operations and Skirmish with double Kugelwagens here for Spanky and the single MG34 Bulletin versus Royal Artillery, Mobile Assault, and Command Regiments. I mean, besides Mobile Assault, this is definitely not part of the meta with Infantry, Machine Gun, and Comet. I mean, Comet's definitely rather meta there. We got double sections out here for Munchkin, quickly rushing out by to sandbag his fuel point, making it hard, of course, for his opponent to hold that one. You should probably also consider sandbags around the COH point to thus further sort of make that hard as well. In fact, we got Spanky driving straight forward with the Sturm Pioneers for the COH point, trying to harass Munchkin in the early ones where they can sort of push him on through the defensive, and also force him to do a fight around his COH point here, keeping him further compressed, and trying to that way minimize, map control for Munchkin. This is basically what you could call hitting a pressure point, and that usually forces a response, because, you don't want to lose the COH point that connects your fuel. So with this, you can sort of basically tie up a disproportionate large amount of infantry with a disproportionate small amount of infantry. So if he does it correctly, again, he can sort of exert a lot of pressure. And meanwhile, we got the Volkswagen moving out here, and the South Kuban moving in. Interesting enough, he's not going for the western fuel point right away for some of the Kugelwagen. Instead, that's heading east, but step up some pressure as well. We can see here, he's sort of tying down some forces, though at the same time, it's perhaps not quite as much as Spanky would have liked. I mean, it's only one section being occupied here with the Sturm Pioneer squads, which isn't actually quite worth it, since the section is less expensive than the Sturm Pioneer, so that's not quite, I think, working out there fully well for Spanky here versus Munchkin. I'd be able to keep both sections there, for example. That went great. Then he'd be occupying a lot more manpower. But in this case, he isn't. So that leaves him a bit weaker there in a sense. But there you go, more sandbags here. He needs to grab the fuel point as well, though, rather than just sandbagging it. Helmut sees some really fine sandbags. Yeah. What were we supposed to do again? Something with a fuel point? Ah, yes. Now I remember. Apparently it was really vital to the Reich. We grabbed it. I mean, look at these sandbags. Section running to the Volkskandiers, counter cases saying out from the windows, and they are quickly forced to fall back here. Up north, section remains here. We've got to push him with the Sturm Pioneers and the Kugelwagen. He's going to probably use the Kugelwagen to try and push them out of cover. No, he's not. He engages at range. Otherwise, some players like to use the Kugelwagen sort of to push infantry about. And that could actually be used here. Instead, he's going to have to fall back. So this isn't quite working out there for Spanky. The Kugelwagen is in a pretty bad condition. We've got the Vickers sitting up. That's going to, I think, force him fully out here in the south. Section versus Volkskandiers here. Could be close here between the two. Could be close. Someone bouncing about there in death. And continued grabbing here in the west as well. 3 Volkskandier squad, 1 Kugelwagen, 1 Sturm Pioneer squad here for Spanky. And there goes section sent running. Triple section of the Vickers for Munchkin so far. And we've got take up here as well pretty aggressively. No surprise there, though.
Command post is finished.
And there you go, quickly in there, trying to draw them out into the opening. Does succeed. Bit of a trap there by Spanky. Risky, but in this case did work out. At the same time, hitting the fuel point here. He could consider laying down some sandbags, but in this case does not. Just use the one wall provided by the enemy, though in this case Ludwig is going to stick his nose out too far, and that results in the rest of the unit being suppressed pretty quickly, as you can notice. If one member of the squad sticks out his nose and the rest of the others in heavy cover, though, the entire squad will get suppressed. Bit of a detail there to keep in mind. Kuban moving about here. We got a truck on the way there for Spanky, but he's always good map control versus Munchkin. His over aggressive tactics have worked out to an extent. We got take up there for Spanky. Could be Battle Group Headquarters, could be Mechanized Regiment. Lighter skirmishing already against sandbags. I mean, he has been rather thorough in sandbagging over here, Spanky. So I mean, thumbs up there. Some players tend to not quite consider that ability. So that's nicely done. Here in the east, we've got Volkswagen sneaking up. They could flank past the Vickers here, get behind it. That could, I think, work out nicely for Spanky, and looks like that is in fact what he's doing here. So some nice infantry moves there from him. And there you go, shots fired pretty rapidly and aggressive. We got the Vickers returning back in this case. The Volkswagen here, not fast enough. He lacks another element, I think, to really make this work. But otherwise, though, oh, so close there. He was in fact really close there. But ultimately, though, took heavy casualties in the process. So nice effort, but ultimately no quite good payoff. Kuban there being repaired, truck moving up. Not quite yet seeing out the Battle Group Headquarters, of course. Now he can go for the Mechanized Regiment. Sabres on the way there. Volkskandiers being pushed back. medics up there, and he does in fact go for the mechanized regiment. It's a bit of a surprise there from Spanky. Could of course go for the Lux or the Puma. In this case, considering what his opponent's got, though again he's playing against the British, which means there's a likelihood of an AC. The Puma I think would be the safest choice, since that would be able to counter the AC, thus denying Munchkin his light vehicle support. I mean, in theory he could sort of try it off with the Lux, but there's the British with the AC again, it is more risky, and we do know of course he's requisitioned it. Of course Spanky does not, but it's a pretty safe bet to make that he's requisitioned it, like most players go for it. Bit of shooting here and there. Sabba's pushing forwards. Spanky's overall losing ground. The Kedmeth are almost done. Mechanized regiment up here for the Panzer Brigade, 111th. And there you go, Kedmeth's also running here for Spanky. Another playball has yet to go for Doctrine. They're sort of just hanging about there. Not quite sure of what they want to do. Of course, have to see what they do aim for. I mean, they both do have some viable options. We got section there being engaged by the Fluxes out north. Decent attempt at flanking, almost worked out. In this case, though, was ruined because Munchkin decided just to move ahead, and in this case, allowing the Fluxes to surprise him nonetheless there. So, I mean, nice effort though here, though. Nice effort. Just ruined by his opponents, you know, carelessness and thoughtlessness towards Spanky, you know. Armored car then on the way for Munchkin. AC Mark III, and he got something up. He gets the Fultz gun. This section flanking in there. Good move there by Munchkin overall. Pushing Spanky into a defensive position, then ultimately retreating. And here, with assault rifles, does manage to overcome the section. This is pretty close here, down to one man, and down to two here. So, without the assault rifles, that could probably have been Munchkin's fight.
Damned enemies trying to take a
So, of
point
course,
from
with that, I mean, Munchkin will now, of course, know that Spanky's staked up. But, of course, he won't know what he's staked up for. He won't know what he's staked up for. So there we go, we got the AC Mark III on the way, following up with a sniper there from Munchkin, going in aggressively, further adding pressure here to Spanky. That should be interesting to watch here. Kuban, and meanwhile, on the west, they're keeping things a bit occupied. Mines down there as well. Vickers basically set up here and sort of covering the area here. And in this case, the Fultz discover that pretty rapidly. In this case, they managed to get away there. Steel Pioneers in gain section there. Both rushing for the cover. That means the Steel Pioneers going for the advantage. Because the section didn't get there fast enough, that means it didn't get enough shots. Thus, you know, weakening your Steel Pioneers. When up close, the Steel Pioneers are able to get off the most damage there. Rapidly pushing off the section there. And over here, Kubang missed the AC. That is, yeah, rather one-sided engagement that did not end up well there for Spanky's Kubelwagen crew. So with this, Munchkin, of course, has rather established his presence. Spanky could, of course, here go for the Puma, the 234-2 heavy armored car. And here in the east, we got Steel Pioneers was there versus section, but they're no increasing on no health. We got the sniper moving up there with his anti-tank rifle, and there you go. Poor Ludwig had his brains blasted out. Right, brutally. Steel Pioneers there gaining virtually 2, but still need to retreat soon enough. He does manage to contest the fuel point for a bit longer, but at the same time his own fuel point is also being contested. Still nothing here, no Puma yet for Spanky. The Lux at this point I definitely would not recommend again due to the AC. The Lux really doesn't stand a chance for it, but he does nonetheless go for the Lux there. That is pretty bold here by Spanky, that is pretty bold. But he's only got a single Kedmeth to support there, so I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the best idea ever. I mean, he's going to need at least another Kedmeth, he's going to need Panzerwreck and the Steel Pioneers to really make this work out. Otherwise, I mean, it's going to be very easy for Munchkin to just hunt down the Lux and just deal with it. I mean, he's going to need sufficient anti-tank support, and at the same time, that does limit what Spanky can do, but he can't play it very aggressively, at which point, again, the Lux does lose a lot of its attractiveness in that way. So, I mean, really, in this sort of situation, the Lux isn't a very good choice overall. He'd really be better off with the Puma, trying to that way wrest control vehicularly from Munchkin, using the Puma bit of support there, then maybe following up with the Lux to, you know, take advantage of the control there. But instead, he does go for the Lux off Clemens Panzer here, the Panzer II. Which did see a few sort of things being used for his chassis as well. There's in the later stage of war, though, that was partly the Lux there, but also the mid-war there was also the Marder II, which was used there, of course, as a tank destroyer. But otherwise, the Panzer II sort of didn't see that much use in the end. It was basically meant sort of as a training chassis, for them to sort of figure out tanks that was only pressed into service because, well, the German industry hadn't produced enough Panzer IIIs and Panzer IVs, so they basically sort of forced those into sort of the lighter Panzer companies, and later on there sort of be the attempt at making a reconnaissance tank out of the Panzer II. Though technically it wasn't even quite the same chassis as the actual Panzer IIs there, so that's a little fun detail there as well. Folks in a bit of trouble here. We got Luke going straight for the sniper there. Might be also why I went for the looks there to just try and murder the sniper. I'd say that's a pretty expensive counter, in particular going to be that's a nasty encounter there, but anything, it doesn't get it, but there you go. Does get the sniper. That certainly does mean the looks will have paid itself off at least halfway, but the problem is he's going to come in there pretty fast and rather ruin set investment pretty hard. Now in this case it does manage to push away here. Spanky, while we're still in excellent control here, versus Munchkin in the 7th Armored Battle here. It's gone for Mobile Assault. So while he had options, he ultimately went for the one every British player at the moment more or less goes, which is, Mobile Assault, and there go Infiltration Command 6. Surprising the Raketenwerfer crew and quickly doing their best to move down, except not. Decided to deal with the machine gun, the MD-54 hiding in the church. Gonna pop in the light gun and bomb and flash out those Hun bastards. Oh dear, he was actually trying to bait it out and then wipe it out with a grenade. In this case, though, Spanky did not take the bait, or he wasn't paying attention. That's always an option, but he might actually still lose it here. He actually takes the other door to avoid the commanders, but actually exposes them to infantry fire, whereas the commanders were actually suppressed and wouldn't have been able to probably get the wipe there. So that actually kind of ended up backfiring there on Spanky. The 111th Panzer Brigade, we got the armour coming up, fortunately got presumably grabs the Vickers nonetheless. You can actually move up the armoured car a bit closer to the Vickers, pop smoke to that way, screen it, just in case. Bit of fighting up north. Spanky got the fuel there. Overall, Spanky still maintaining solid map control there versus opponent. He's got another truck out here. Probably going to be a Battle Group headquarters, provide healing reinforcement instead of just trying to take ahead. Maybe for some fast medium armor versus Munchkin. Looks like rolling out. Section there getting blasted with auto cannon fire. Got the armored car moving in again. And there's no real anti-tank support here for the Lukes again. So if things go wrong, he's going to lose. In this case, it looks like he will lose it. Been caught in a pretty bad position, can't get away fast enough. And it's got no immediate cover here versus the armoured car. I mean, he could try and pop here, cautious movement, hope it sort of activates, but in this case, does not do it in time. And the Lukes Aufklärungspanzer is knocked out in pretty short order here by Spanky's armoured car. So that was pretty bad news there for him. Mines probably then not finished, laying down more mines, but want to finish the ones initially laid down. Salvaging the looks here for a bit of fuel, but that definitely did not work out for him. Plus with this, I mean, he certainly further put off any other option. I mean, he could still go for a Puma, try and deal with the armoured car. Steel Pioneer Squad hiding here in the east. And no sign of Doctrine still here from Spanky. Nothing even in response here to his opponent.
The static post is now in operation.
Commandos charging forwards there. They're trying to do it a bit hidden, but obviously that did not work out very well there for them. There you go, light gun and bomb. Fulters there falling back. Taking several losses there, so they're getting shredded. And here being the east, Fulters has a lot of sections trying desperately to overwhelm the British, but ultimately the British troops are simply too many, and the Volksgrenadiers are not enough. And in this case, the Steel Pioneers was a bit too bloody slow. We got a Jaeger squad appearing here for Spanky to support, flank behind the sections. He's moving ahead like Raketenwerfer. That's a definite mistake there, I think, by Spanky. I'm guessing that's a misclick that happened there for him. Otherwise, that one doesn't make an awful lot of sense.
Commander abilities ready.
More assault rifles there being handed out to Spanky's infantry. We have take up there for Munchkin. Bit off from a tank though, and those Spanky's even further off from a tank. The closest you can get there would be the Osman, and that's definitely not going to be able to compete really with a Cromwell. So that would be a pretty risky move there by Spanky to go for at the moment. As you can see again, he's not got a lot of anti-tank though. He's still got the option of upgrading the Panzerschreck and the Sturm Pioneers. I mean, that's good. He doesn't just reflex upgrade with mine swoops, which a lot of players do, even when it's not necessarily, necessary. Ooh, that was close. Second Raketenwerfer over there for Spanky, though, bringing up more anti-tank. Munchkin, the overall remaining in control here versus Spanky. Bit there. Short as man to gain back some of the ground lost initially. Certainly inflict some rather violent harm upon Spanky's forces. I mean, getting that look so quickly, for example, was, I think, quite a boon there to Munchkin. Rather hurt Spanky's attempt to sort of, getting further control, and rather gave, I think, Munchkin the control there, so that was a bit of a tight turner. We got the armored car, basically raining a bit without problems. There's like Kedden members, but quick smoke screen and then a retreat there pretty much covers up from that. So unless you can sort of bait it into a mine, or Munchkin makes a mistake with the armored car, that's going to be some trouble. We've got the commanders now using the smoke to get close. It seems decides not to. Up north here, bit of shooting there. Vickers, was it the MD-34? With the MD-34 there. Who's being suppressed? Mine hit here in the east by some sappers. Did not bring their minesweepers. More mines going off. Jaeger squad annihilated. That's quite a loss there for Spanky. That is 300 manpower lost. But we've got the flak panzer out here. The Ostwind rolling out to support the front line. Munchkin still some time off being able to get a crumble here. We got the Ostwind rolling hit commanders there, trying their best to hide. Of course, you're going to have a pretty good idea where they are. And in this case, they hadn't ordered them to hold fire, in which case they merrily fire away at the flak panzer. Quickly, knock out their jetty tank, but with what? I think we made a mistake. Meanwhile, in the south jump out, just the armored car here, the AC opening up. We got the 6 moving in. Up north here, section getting blasted by the Ostwind and rapidly routed in the name of the fatherland as it spews out death. Light of a gun there, providing some light support here for Insane Spanky versus Munchkin. He's got 2 machine guns, I suppose it makes sense, but I mean, some Oberkommanders players has a tendency of just going for the light infantry gun. I mean, no matter what, not even makes actual sense. Maybe it's just going for more machine guns. But now, of course, Munchkin's got all the machine guns, and Spanky's got none. Ooh, machine gun in trouble with the Ostwind, turning into it. Small chance of a wipe here, I think. Or not. Really close there, though. Really close, but it looks like it does get away. And there we go, first Crom on the way there for Munchkin. First proper tank. More Kedden for Spanky, seeming having lost one. Seeing as there's nothing abandoned, I guess it got lost in the house. And there you go, second command squad here, another light gun bomb here. And almost a full wipe there. Munchkin's men making quite the impact on the Germans. Another commander squad here, gaining another win here. Several commander squads out here operating for Munchkin and the Commonwealth, tearing through the Germans like a hot knife through butter. There you go, another Kedden out there for Spanky. Healing enforcement going on, fixing up the battle group headquarters. And the first Cromwell has arrived here for Munchkin and the 7th Armoured Division. Troops are reinforcing, getting ready for the next big push against Harry Hun. Straight to the Ostwind here, losses inflicted. What they're secure. Bit of artillery here against the sappers. Cromwell west for support here with the armoured car as well. There does have enough anti-tank nearby. We got one Kedden, we got 2 Kedden nearby. Sturmpan is still unupgraded in a strange sense there. Ostwind's encounter survived the horrifying encounter there with the Cromwell, with no anti-tank support within range actually. So that was a bit lucky there for Spanky that Munchkin, didn't get some more lucky shots. And then again, I mean, he tried to pursue it too hard, he'd run into the Kedden efforts. In the west here, looks like he's setting up for something. We got the vacancy, we got the section hiding behind the tree line here. Maps trying to set up for deeper flank against Spanky. Could be very interesting. Oh dear, bolted over that, might have been a misclick there. It can be sometimes tricky to use Calvin, they can also be bolted over, in which case sometimes you'll just end up ordering the walk by accident, which can be a bit tiresome. difficulties moving about. We got artillery fire against a section there, and back here, not much else there for Spanky. Munchkin remains in, I think, greater control here than Spanky at the moment, dominating the field against those dastardly Huns. The vehicles and the armor rather giving Munchkin an edge, but the double commando sections certainly does not hurt either. Almost got the AC there, but it looks like we'll escape. He might need to retreat like Kevin pretty quickly. Austin finding here in the south. We've got Cromwell moving in here right behind everything else. Austin getting off some shots in the commandos. So, sadly not landing any kills here, but that might soon change. There you go, got killed the machine gun. And there we go, almost a full wipe there. Nonetheless, any western moves there have been rather nullified by Munchkin's counter-attack, throwing Spanky into another bad and rather rough spot. Pushing against the AC here, closing in a bit to but the Osprey can get there, that would be pretty helpful. Pretty straight off fire does help the Osprey a bit there. And in the east we got Fulton versus Commanders, 2 squads though, versus 1 Commander squad, already low on health. And there we go, Spanky wins that one out. We got some more harassment in the south though from Munchkin. Good, and we also got the land matches. Considering that Spanky is somewhat on the defense of the land matches does make sense, in particular he does. I mean, he rather centers around here the battle group headquarters. The land matches in this regard is a, I think, solid choice. Can very much, punish Spanky for placing anything too close there.
Is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
So there you go, another truck up over the spare panzer quarters there for Spanky. Which one the magical question is he going to go for any medium armor? He's going to try and play straight for a King Tiger. I mean, a King Tiger is going to be, I mean, close to madness in these circumstances. I mean, he can do it, but it's definitely not what I'd recommend. Osman there, quickly pulling back, like Edmund opening up, getting a good hit there. Very close eventually too as well. We got the machine gun here opening up with Steel Pioneers. U-34 blasting out rounds as its previous owners. Osman there turning into the section. And by the way, noting here, Vetchi 2, which does of course give it the high rate of fire. And again, that does overall increases DPS. It's not a huge boost, it's more Vetchi 3 though, it sort of really becomes really fast and thus it can do a lot of damage. Taking the back door here to maybe try and throw off his opponent, but in this case doesn't work out, I think. Moves up the Osprey, try and get closer, but at the same time remember the Osprey is rather inaccurate when moving. But there you go. That should be a wipe there, and there you go, machine gun wipe should be able to regain it here for the fatherland. Time here by the way for the mid-game analysis, damage-wise, Spanky's ahead. Kills-wise though, they're actually pretty much equal, which is a bit interesting to note there in terms of army value. Munchkin's ahead of Spanky, they're only by a bit resource float-wise, both players close to each other, but still floating. And in terms of map control, again, it's sort of been really mixed, but it's now sort of beginning a bit more getting control of Munchkin again, sort of that looks lost there, really did not do Spanky any favours, as rather again allowed Munchkin to sort of gain, field control of the vehicles and the armour later on, and Spanky sort of struggling to break the control of that. So, I mean, what Spanky would definitely do is bring up Panther section of the Storm Pioneers, but otherwise, bring up more armour. Get up a spare Panther quarters and try to get, say, a Yak Panther as fast as possible, or aim for a Panther. I think a Panther 4 under these circumstances would not be a very advisable idea. Getting up Orbs to also work with that would be great, and then lay down some booby traps here and there to further that way slow down any of Munchkin's moves, and certainly some more flanking going on there versus him would also be pretty good. As for Munchkin, more mines, some weapon racks there for his men would certainly benefit, and I think you should try and consider taking up here now. He's got a Crom, he's got the armoured car, he's got the edge. Now he needs to try and solidify it, by going for hammer and then rushing out as many comets as he can as short as time possible, in which case I think he can sort of solidly beat Spanky right then and there. Also, more flanks from him would also certainly do good. So, let's return to fight here. We've got light gun bombs, Pulse goes pushed back. There he goes, securing the MD-34 with the full Scandiers. Full retreat here in the face of a single veteran defeat, full Scandier squad. Also with 14 kills for the Fatherland, Crom there being fixed up. And there you go, the Schwer Panzer quarters now being set up there by Spanky and the 111th Panzer Brigade. Loads of marks being laid down there around the northern victory point. He is, by the way, sort of rather equal with his opponent. Again, having had a lead, though, he has very much had it eroded. And again, I think to an extent, again, is due to that looks move. It really, I think, did not do him much favor good. I mean, he did get the sniper, but wasn't able to really do much after that. And again, rather quickly ended up being knocked out, and thusly wresting control to the armored car. I mean, again, had he had the Puma cut the armored car, he could have probably limited what the sniper could have done, comparatively.
The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations
Now skirmishing in the west. Horsemen operating in the centre, and in the east we got British infantry advancing there. Commandos spearheading the effort, with regular sections bringing things up there. We got a second Cromwell here for Munchkin. No attempt to say going for hammer here. No attempt at comets. In that regard, just going to solidify the advantage with regular Cromwells, which certainly is not a bad idea either. But again, comets I think was really no just to help nail it down. There you go. McKenna fire down the Cromwell. We got Osman flanking in the team with its supporting infantry. Landing some semi-decent hits there. We got a land mantles opening up here against the Kednev. Going to try and silence here the anti-tank support for Spanky, and successfully does so. Second Cromwell nearby, and it's not within the arc of fire here of the area effect there of the land mantles' barrage. East that has very much been lost here to Munchkin. We're still going to try and push it back. And he's attacking through the hedgerows with the Osprey. Going to try and knock out the land mantles, which Munchkin did put rather forward ahead there, so not half bad. And almost got it. Still standing about here in the centre. We've got troops being hit. Commanders as well. Need to get the Osprey down. They need to get it down there. Spanky, Schnell, Los. Light gun bomb there again. No, he does it. He's always sort of, expecting his opponent to retreat into it. He's a bit greedy in that sense, but again, if he does make it work, though, it's going to be absolutely devastating. In these Cromwell here supporting sections, we got another cannon and another light infantry gun from Spanky. That's a curious choice. Curious as to what is sparing that on there from him.
Battle damage estimates show the enemy at 300 points. We're ready for orders.
Sturm Pioneers under fire, and finally going for a panzer check for them. The Rakets and Panzerbuchse. He's also getting closer to the Jagdpanzer, could again try and aim for the Panther. And a well supported Panther I think would be quite effective for Spanky. Would certainly help punish Munchkin just for going Cromwells and not saying sneaking in a Comet or a Firefly. Still though, he's very much got the armor advantage, but at the same time though, he's not really utilising. He's just sort of splitting them up. He's playing defensively when he trying to set up for big attacks, using his tanks and armoured cars, then supported by infantry, and maybe there's some good doctrinal usage as well. So, when in that regard, Munchkin is feeling a bit too defensive. There we go, hits the mine though. Cromwell going in. Halfway to victory, but there we go. Ken Valence, good hit on the Cromwell, but there needs to be another one to tank nearby. It's not though. Almost lost the Osprey here, and looks like he's definitely going to lose it. Volkswagen's trying to rush out to Panther faster. Second Cromwell moving up to occupy the Volkswagen's there. And the Osprey does go down. Jacked up to 3 Kedmeffers now. Land matches fire here against some of the southern ones, trying to silence still possibly with our infantry guns. Cromwell flanks another Kedmeffer. Spanky is getting absolutely wrecked, taking heavy losses there as Munchkin goes on a bender. Knocking out his support weapons one by one. Almost got a Kedmeffer there as well. But it looks like this one does escape. Sturm Pioneers landing a good hit there on the Cromwell's rear. And in the centre, continued fighting. Fox almost being wiped out. Commanders moving in, clearing them out one by one. There's Dirty Jerry bastards in the west. The MD-34 successful defence, the victory point there. But that's about the only successful defence Spanky's got going at the time being. Quick self-repairs and exit. Fox is bought wiped. Spanky is certainly taking quite the thrashing here. There you go, tanks being repaired there, and section there being suppressed by the MD-34. Still nothing here, could try and flank up behind again, try and get behind Spanky's position, knock out the light infantry guns for example. That would certainly, I think, hurt Spanky quite a bit. There's just no sign of that there from Spanky or Munchkin at the moment. Just continues to remain there. both Cromwells rushing ahead. And wipes like Kenneth more or less instantly. But there you go, hits a mine, but the problem is he needs more support here. Could go for the Yak Panzer, though again, 2 Cromwells out and an armoured car help 3 Cromwells out. The Yak Panzer's probably not going to cut, he's going to need something more mobility, which will be the Panther, plus of course better frontal armour never hurts either. In this case, the Yak Panzer is simply going to be too slow and cumbersome. I mean, if he had one already, you know, 2 Yak Panzers would serve him well, but the problem is he doesn't. So he rather needs the Panther here. The Panther Force definitely right out at this stage already. Got tank hunters here, the Panzerschrecks like Kenneth. Like Kenneth, by the way, basically being a Panzerschreck sort of more mounted on wheels when he sort of wasn't sure how to do the like Kenneth or the Panzerschreck overall. So sort of trying a more ground-mounted version, which did have longer range effectively here than the Sturm Plane. It's almost got, there we go, it's got the land matches. Need to retreat though, need to retreat. There's too many tanks about. Too many tanks. Now he's going to try and knock out the land matches. Got forces moving up. The problem is going to target down the Sturm Plane. Knock them out and there, go down to 2 men. Lingered too long, I think. And oh, they almost wiped. Oh, it's going to be close, going to be close. Continues here with the Cromwells though. He really wants to kill those Sturm Planes and he succeeds in doing so. Quite a loss there. But he's close to the Panther. He's close to the Panther. One with Kenneth there, sneaking about. And the land mattress rapidly recruited here by Munchkin's men to deny it to the Germans' hands. And then we've still got 2 sections here, basically doing nothing for Munchkin. That's definitely not good. In fact, there's a machine gun up here also achieving nothing. I mean, he's not even putting all his resources against Spanky, which is, you know, ensuring that Spanky, you know, doesn't suffer too much. He's being punished too hard for any mistakes he makes because, again, Munchkin's just got a lot of manpower here on the eastern side of the map doing basically nothing at all. He might as well be having a very extended tea break.
Land mattress rocket artillery crew,
which is not really what the British Army needs. Smokescreen down here. Again.
Ready for orders.
More self-repairs there from Munchkin. Floats Grenadiers, and we got more Sturm Punch for Spanky. He's actually really close to the Panthers, so going for that there seems a bit weird. Oh, lost the Volkswagen squad again. Another sizable infantry loss there for Spanky, certainly bleeding out here in service of the fatherland. And he's certainly going to get a counter to all the armor that Munchkin's got in the field by, you know, going for Sturm Pioneers now. At the same time, I mean, Spanky, I suppose, is a bit lucky. His opponent has begun aiming for the Comets already. I mean, he could have had Comets out soon, I think. So in that regard, Spanky is, you know, a bit lucky that he isn't getting punished for this kind of play here, I would say. And again, at the same time, the Munchkin should be happy again his opponent hasn't rushed harm ahead of him and, you know, again, punished him for just having a lot of troops basically standing about on the eastern side of the map doing nothing. I mean, he's at least finally getting around to shifting the machine gun up, and he's going for a 3rd Cromwell tank. No Comets, no Fireflies, all Cromwells here for Munchkin. Pushed away.
Mortars are ready to create
moving about.
screens for any vehicles that need crew repairs.
Light infantry, that's got troops moving up. They're coming up over the Cromwell. Got section sap standing about. Not looking good here for the Sturm Pioneers. And a big push here. Finally something happening for Spanky that's going to validate Munchkin for just leaving those troops standing about here for ages. At the same time here, Cromwells are both missing like Kenneth quite extremely. And there you go. Finding happening, and there you go. Command pop a grenade, but that fails to tap. Forced to retreat. The squad alone. Oh dear, the commander's in a bad position here versus the Volkswagen. Except for some reason he's not paying attention, allowing the forces just firing at the retreating troops, allowing the commander to get as much damage as there's actually turned out there for Munchkin in part because Spanky was still preoccupied with other things and not quickly focusing down the commanders when he should have, allowing the commanders to mow down numerous German infantrymen. So that was pretty close there, but ultimately Munchkin prevailed due to Spanky again not paying attention. Sappers up north here under fire from the double light infantry guns there, bit of a small battery. Battering away there at Munchkin's northern sappers. More self-repair, more smoke there for Munchkin.
Tank ready and waiting.
And at this point, I think Spanky's just going to end up going for the King Tiger. I mean, he could, of course, still go for the Panther, but the problem is by the time he's got resources for the Panther, he'll, I think, pretty much have resources for the King Tiger. More Panther and the replacement still in planning, at least he's sort of being a bit more consistent than that. That is good. Salted Cromwell's rushing down here. Looks like there's going some kind of bigger move here from him, but he needs to be careful all these Kidnaps about. Particularly since Munchkin doesn't have any support for his Cromwells. On the other hand, there's a lot of troops here supporting the Kidnaps. There you go, got one though. Snuck with a high explosive round. There we go, under fire, so they slowly advance. And when the infantry or anti-tank support site, those forces are going to be pretty exposed. And there you go. Cromwell gaining veterans here. So gets kills on the hunt. We got the other Kednev nearby though. He's not paying attention. There we go, good hit from the Kednev, a good hit. Will it be enough? Most likely not. So he's very close here to the Panther. Very close. Oh, not the Panther, the King Tiger. The Königstiger. The Tiger too. Cromwell's trying through the south there. Guns firing. No command officer there. In fact, he's got on the other two, but not on the latest Cromwell. Perhaps he just doesn't feel, it's worthy of the experience of having a tank commander. Who knows? Might just also, be an oversight. Mistake the other way. Repairs at the front line. Pretty close there. Pretty bold, I would say. Second, they're taking heavy losses, but defending the point here. Vickers, by the way, can't see. Thanks to the Cromwell smoke here. There. In this regard, he actually ended up making kind of silly mistakes. In this case, the land matters does sort of pull him through this, but otherwise, that wasn't actually the most well set up there by Munchkin. That's in fact quite the opposite of well set up. Mines going off there. Almost hit the second one. Spanky now moments away from the King Tiger here, and again Munchkin is just, he's got 3 Cromwells, but he's got nothing further here, which means he's going to very much be required then to rush all the Cromwells at it, flank the King Tiger, and hope the King Tiger isn't supported.
Wireless intercepts put Harry Hun on 200 points.
Which pretty much means he's banking on Spanky then being stupid with his King Tiger. But there you go, Königstiger out there for Spanky and the Fatherland. Rolling ahead there.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Cromwell there being fixed.
Oh, sorry, that one scratched the paintwork.
Bit of quiet here. Munchkin very much remaining within control of the map. Spanky is rapidly bleeding out of victory points here. He needs to really use that King Tiger effectively, otherwise he's going to lose. It's very much going to come down to making a great impact with the King Tiger, doing as much damage here as Munchkin is sort of bleeding him out, allowing him to make more territory rapidly. But there you go. Cromwell versus King Tiger, 88 mm gun versus 75. Cromwell shoots, misses. The Kenneth moving about nearby to support as well. Push towards the centre as well, though that is pretty much the more risky part here. By Spanky, King Tiger continued to prowl about. He's still getting the Kidnaps nearby. Cromwell's opened up. There you go, taking hit left from the Kidnaps and the King Tiger. Other Cromwell also taking hits there. Could go out. Knocked out here, there you go. Gets the Cromwell. King Tiger gets his first kill. First blood for the Fatherland. You see, Helmut? Once you shoot them, they're not so frightening anymore. And there you go. Land matters trouble here with the King Tiger. He's finally going to get that sort of piece knocked out permanently. And there we go, completely wrecked. As an 88 with a high explosive shell just blows it apart. More Cromwells here for Munchkin. Interesting enough, no Firefly here's the choice. And again, can't go for comets because he never prepared for it. So in this case, Munchkin not being able to finish off Spanky fast enough gets punished. As the King Tiger hits. And again, the way he's handling his comets isn't helping either, because he's very much engaging in a way that is favourable to the King Tiger. This from the front and at distance. Of course, the Ken was close to the King Tiger, though does not help Munchkin either. Victory point there, but we got the King Tiger on it. Fires away there with machine guns and other bits. Grabbing the center point here. Got the commander striking there, grenades off, but failed to impact with the full Grenadiers. Fails to impact. Spanky needs to get some more victory points, though pretty rapidly, otherwise it's going to be GG for him. It's going to be GG. Armored car there, and there you go. King Tiger moving in.
There's a rather splendid Cromwell ready to go.
Panther fast, and there you go. That armored car is not making it back home. King Tiger's going to knock it out. There you go, kaput. Cromwell moving in. Straight at the King Tiger from the front.
Armored car has been destroyed.
Other Cromwell setting up for flank. That's better. That's better. We got the Kenworths coming the flank here. That's good there by Spanky, by the way. Needs to clear out the Kenworth first. We've got an even deeper defense point here with several Kenworths plus the Pantrick here. Catching the Cromwells here, basically the tank kill zone. As they're trying to get behind the King Tiger, they expose themselves to so much more anti-tank fire that they don't really stand much of a chance there. We got the third Cromwell in, but there we go. One Cromwell almost already down. Second Cromwell about to go down as well here. Again, just so much anti-tank. Another Cromwell down. Land matches more on the way for Munchkin. That's not what he needs now. King Tiger almost down, but he's lost two Cromwells in the process. If he loses the third one, it's definitely not going to be worth it. And again, he's likely going to lose it because of all the bloody anti-tank fire. Again, the Pantrick and the Kenworth, there go, all paying themselves off. And there you go, Munchkin's entire tank fleet blown to bits. And with that, he's rendered his spirit broken. Victory for the fatherland, a bit close here. In this case, Munchkin was not able to sort of, finish the fight or push Spanky into going for someone else besides the King Tiger. In this regard, he then, failed to deal with the King Tiger in an efficient manner, and Spanky supports King Tiger properly with a lot of anti-tank, meaning he couldn't swarm it with the Cromwells. With that, he basically set up the counter for what Munchkin, counter the King Tiger with, which again is trying to swarm it and flank it. But with that much anti-tank covering the rear of the King Tiger, he couldn't pull it off. So in that regard, Munchkin sort of got a bit punished there. He should either use the tank to finish the fight faster, or should have taken that for comets, and that way, try and push Spanky a bit further. At least that way he'd had a better chance versus the King Tiger from the front. But overall, as the fight sort of progressed there, Munchkin, I think, just relied too much on head-on tanks. There were not enough flanks against Spanky. Had he tried to flank more, I think he would also done better. Also, maybe if he'd gone for a different doctrine than mobile assault, who knows? There might have been some better chances. Maybe commandos could have helped a bit there, in fact, for example. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own. And if you feel like supporting the Propagandacast, do consider donating. Links are in the video description. Every dollar you can donate helps me a lot, so do consider it. This is Imperial Dane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.